full
I can
body.
show off.
Um, yeah, so she'll have a full body, which I think Toby's going to do at Christmas time. When he gets a break because he's doing his
Oh, cool.
university course at the moment.
Nice heart.
So
How old is
so
he?
she'll be the face. And 22
Oh, nice.
now.
Good.
Just final year of university, doing physics and space science. So chip off the old block, really.
Good. I suppose you have good relationships. He takes after you.
Yeah. Toby's great. Yeah. Fortunately, he's got tonsillitis at the moment, so he's a bit struggling. But here this is
maths.
Did you
really?
See, did you know it was my birthday the other week?
Oh yes, I remember.
People keep
Yeah,
asking me how old am I
for the party.
Yeah. So I said about. Did you see the puzzle? I said about
yes, I remember you said it's. How did you say the puzzle
was? It's a square. It's a cube. It's a square. It's a cube, and it's the cube of a square. So 8 squared, 4 cubed, and 2 times 2, which is a square cubed.
Complicated jokes of these physicists and astronomers.
The weird thing is that my books have lots of cubes in there, so I'm a cube at last.
Right. Yeah. You were asking about Azinuka, why it's called Azinuka. Like, there's like a Japanese anime, like it's called the what was it, the something teacher Onizuka, like a crazy teacher Onizuka or something like that, Onizuka. And actually, like I heard about it a lot, and it was like I found it curious that actually he's a teacher as well. So just the name of the anime, it was like a funny anime, a guy who was teaching young kids, and he was like dreaming about a girlfriend. That was all he was interested in. And so and I had this at one point, for some reason I don't remember, I took the screenshot from that anime and actually drew hair and stuff, and I tried to use that picture to make it resemble more me, and just called it Azinuka, so it was like a wordplay. So no particular reason.
So anyway, basically it was yes, it wasn't.
I used my
name.
It
was some because of course ending in car, I thought, well, it sounds like Russian. I know you're not ethnically Russian, and I was trying to work out. I thought there was some mix or something of them. But
I think it turned out well. Yeah, I think it turned out well for the story. So sounds good. I think.
Yeah. So I was going to use, if that's all right, Azinat and Ashamaz.
Oh my God, even better.
The name you mentioned.
Flattering. I have another flattering moment today that like a year ago or so, we went to the mountains. You probably can see it on my Instagram if you're curious about the illustrations. So we I booked one trip to the mountains, and there was a hiking. So we would drive there and hike for about 4 kilometers or so. I don't remember. And there was a mountaintop, beautiful blue lake. Was mountain lake, very cold and interesting and mystical. So we walked there, and we had some nice pictures of mountain landscape and stuff. And one of the guys who were in the same company, he owned a coffee shop, a coffee cars. And he actually he contacted me recently. He said that I want to a new design for my cups, the one disposable cups that he's printing. And he said I want to use the photograph of you in that design. And I said that's perfect, because you can't see my face. There's a very beautiful mountain background, and me sitting with my back with my back and just in a yellow raincoat, and in my so you basically don't see the face, because not even the hair, because I am wearing the hood. So and today I drove to his new spot for a coffee spot to congratulate him with his opening, and he granted a couple of cups for me. So and that's really pleasant. Yeah, that picture, but with me with my back there.
Yeah, you've got some amazing pictures on your Instagram site. Really lovely pictures in that, and yes, I always find your reels quite entertaining. I keep trying to work out, because you put your local language. What do you call your local language again? I'm always confused by this.
It's Kabardinian, but I use mostly Russian language whenever I do the captions. It's mostly Russian. Yeah, so.
But I'm never sure, you see, whether you're happy being. people ask me, say, well, what nationality is Azzy quite often, and I say, well,
people ask me about me. I say, do you tell stories about me?
But I don't like saying you're
again,
Russian because I'm not sure you like being Russian. But,
I don't mind. It's pretty much what my
Then
citizenship.
I say you're from Kabardina, Bulgaria. So, what do you say? Do you say Kabardinian?
It depends. It depends on who's asking. If there's like a very far away westernized person, he probably doesn't know the distinction between the like regions and stuff. And so I just say I'm from Russia and I'm a Russian. But if I travel to some part of the world where people probably historically know more a little bit about it, I would say that I would use a proper name. Like I would say I'm a Caucasian. Or if I travel to Turkey, for example, they have a very large community of Circassian people, like Kabardian people, Adiga people. We have so many different names as well, like self-called name, and then 2 or 3 different kinds of names that are used for by foreigners historically, and like there are different tribes inside the same big group of. So yeah, it's confusing. So yeah, but if I could travel to Turkey, whenever people ask me, I always, instead of saying I'm from Russia, I would always say I'm Circassian, because like if I say I'm Cherkess is easy because it's more natural. When it's the way it sounds in Turkish is closer to the original word. And secondly, stereotypes. If you say I'm from Russia, they say, "Oh, Natasha, you want to have vacation, intrigues and stuff, and have free sex or whatever." But if I say I'm from Cherkess, yeah, it has some stereotype, because Russian people travel to Turkey to have fun. It is like Las Vegas for the whole Russia. That's why they go crazy there, and that's why the stereotype is terrible. But if I say I'm Cherkess, they always have this like sparkle of respect. Oh, you're Cherkess. Like, yes, I know some people who are Cherkess. They immediately want to make friends and like show respect, because they were like famous for being warriors.
Did you say that there's some sort of ethnic input from Turkey into Kabardina? Is there
exactly? Yes.
Before that there are.
After the war, actually, like before the war, we had like trade connections, probably because there was like Caucasus, and then the mountains, and over the mountains there were like Georgians, which is like a neighboring, also noble and long history. Like Armenia is also very ancient. In the Bible, there was like the Noah's Ark was on Ararat. Yes. It is Armenia, so they're pretty ancient. And then like on the left from them, there's like Osman Empire in Turkey. So when there was like a war.
So Anatolia,
because is it Greece?
In
like
the first book, I talk about Göbekli Tepe being in Anatolia, modern Anatolia. But I believe that Anatolia was different in the past at some point. I can't remember now whether Anatolia expanded or something into Turkey. I'm not sure. I can't remember the history of it. But
and I think like some of the countries, they constantly change shapes. Like when you had like, for example, it was curious that people from the Netherlands, from Denmark, and like from like 5 different countries, whenever you ask them, who are you? Like, where are you from? They say, I'm Dutch. Like people from the Netherlands, they don't say I'm Hollandish. They say I'm Dutch.
Yeah, that would almost make an interesting topic, wouldn't it, for some of your talks? Because you could say, ethnic people's image of where they come from and what their region is. Like your situation, or I mean, in Britain we're perhaps, because we're an island, it's perhaps easier. But
no, I think it's also very curious and similar to like the story is just like longer. That's why you can have like different steps. But then Anglo-Saxons, and before there were like Celtic, different groups of people. Then Romans come in, change of language. Then Shakespeare comes up with a lot of linguistic things. Yeah, and the Normans. A lot of stuff. Also very interesting. Look at the English language. It has so many long words, and they're all different. Like in the way for example, when I read Shakespeare, it's really it's not always easy to understand what he's talking about. Thou art.
The longer words tend to come up through Latin. So through that sort of route, the sort of more southern route. The shorter words is a big generalization, but the shorter words tend to be more from the north, the Viking
Yes, skirt or like I think the sk words are from Norwegian.
We often have a mix of long words and short words, but
sure.
I think the longer ones generally come more Latin because they're a bit more structured and that as well.
Yeah, I would say scientific words.
I don't know. Yes, of course, scientific words tend to be constructed in a way